One. All right, sir. So first with you, who do I have here with me today?
Hi, my name is KB.
KB.
KB, that's what people call me. And my name is Jeffery. Jeffery
All right,
PC.
All right, man. Nice to meet you. So Jeffrey, how old are you and how long have you been displaced?
That's a tough question to answer. I'm 43. I just turned 43 on November 5th. And displaced?
Homeless. I just like to say displaced.
Well,
Here, let me.
pretty much. I mean, that's where I was going to go with it, was displaced for my whole life. Because recently and stuff, I've noticed a few things in my life that made me question some things in my past. And it's
Yes,
not
sir.
anything that I'm worried about or my criminal past.
Yeah.
Because I've already lived that out. I've already did my time for my crimes too, and I was a thief. I'm surprised to tell you guys I was bad at it. I always got caught. So I came out here and everything, like, done with life. I went into a spiraling depression of drugs and depression, and after I wrecked a motorcycle, I was just like, yeah, it's done. I lost my career. I destroyed my life. There was no trust. I pretty much ripped everybody off that I loved, that had ever been there for me, and it just, I look back now and I go, wow, that's fucked up. You done made to go away.
So
nobody
to
can help you.
to touch on, you said you came here. Where were you from initially, and what was life like prior to you being displaced?
I was born in Omaha, Nebraska, and we, I guess, immediately moved from that area to Groesbeck, Texas, and we stayed there for a little bit when we moved to this place called Round Top, Warrington. And things were all right. My mom and dad, my mom worked 2 jobs, she worked for Invader, and my dad, worked for Gate City Steel and Brenham. There was Highline Industries. He was a hothead, he was a drunk. My mom was a hard worker and a loving woman, and I was always alone.
Okay.
I mean, going to school, people didn't give a shit about me, they'd talk to me, they'd play with me. I'd get home, and my sister was my sister, and I had nobody around me to play with me, so it was constantly like, it was just me, unless my friend Brian, I had this buddy Brian Parks that lived down the road.
Yeah.
And that little bullfrog dude and stuff, we got into all kinds of stuff. And my parents split back in '91 because of a incident with my dad. My dad was supposedly to have done some things that he wasn't supposed to do with my sister. And
Sorry to hear that, buddy.
well, they ended up getting a divorce, and my mom said that I chose to move out here with my dad. See, that's one of the first things that gets me at a 43-year-old man to go, how can a 10-year-old boy decide where he goes, especially with that kind of supposed thing, pedophilia crime? And I'm starting to think of stuff, it may not have been my dad. It may have been somebody else bringing me out here to get me away from the one that did it to me, in fact. At that age, a little younger. Nobody actually talked to me about the things that I buried deep beneath.
Yeah.
Because it happened years before that. And when they got divorced, I moved out here in 1991, and it was instantly, you're the odd man out, you're a fuck, you're different, we don't care for you. I had a high school bully, his name was Mickey, and I tell you what, I'm glad I don't see these guys out here and they don't want to come up to me now. Because I would have that guy crying in my car again.
Yeah.
I mean, because it doesn't take a genius to see that I am remorseful for the things that I've done, but I still haven't been going out here doing people dirty. I'm bullying them.
Yeah.
But when I got back out here with my dad in '91, everything was all right, but it just wasn't good. I was flying back and forth to my mom's, and I see them prospering, and I come back to my dad's, and I just got nothing. Sometimes he would take Christmas money and spend it on beer, and my mom would have to do all kinds of crazy shit, and it went like that for years and stuff, and then I ended up having enough of it. I came home one day and there was nothing to drink, nothing to eat, and my dad came home drunk, of course, again, and I said, Dad, there's nothing to eat in the fridge, and he backhanded the shit out of me. And I said, "What that shit?" And I smashed his head in the refrigerator. And I grabbed the fucking pistol and I walked out the door. I walk up to what was Hobo Joe's. It was Judy's Cookhouse because I lived out in Bandy Heights, across from the golf course in Sleeping Beauty. And get up there, and there's some people that I've known for years. And God, I want to just. I'm gonna leave his name out, but I want to fucking ream that guy's neck. You know, because he was supposed to show a little more respect. But get up there and the sheriffs walk in. Somebody called the cops and said they seen a 16, 17-year-old kid with a pistol tucked away. I said, yeah, well, I'm walking down the road. And yeah, I was scared of the dark still at 17.
So only right you're going to want to have a pistol.
It was a BB gun.
Oh, okay.
I want a pistol.
Okay.
And
50 caliber.
I don't ever really carry weapons.
Next time you kick me, I'm
because
gonna cut.
nobody's ever actually came at me with weapons.
But
Until recently.
Don't kick people in your
I mean, in the last 4 years, I've been shot at, jumped multiple times. I've gotten in so many fights where I've just laced fools up and dotted their eyes.
Yeah.
I got full-on stabbed in the back.
Oh, wow.
By a guy I trust more than most of the guys around here no more, in fact.
Wow. That's awful, man.
You know, it's a tough day and age where you have to trust a guy that will stab you in the back and tell you, did you learn something from it? And say, yeah. What was up with all those people who watched it over the years I've been helping too? They didn't even give me a heads up. Nothing. And I didn't look back either. I just skated out the park. I got the first person that said, hey, can you call me an ambulance? I think I fell off my board and hurt something. I don't know. And cops come riding by.
Yeah.
And they're first there and they come around waiting for the ambulance. And yep, there it is. Broke two ribs. Broke 2 ribs and didn't even bleed a drop. It's just while everybody's like running their necks, rumor mill stop.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is and stuff. And this is the thing about it is that I've been out here for the last 8 years after I fucked off everything else.
Yeah.
I mean, I had my kids. I got out of prison down there in Texas. I mean, I've been through the years and everything, my highs and lows. I got 2 exes who did things that, yeah, I don't know why they did them. First one, I told the truth. Said, yeah, I slept with that woman. We're going to try to work it out.
Yeah.
She dipped out whenever I lost my job and somebody else killed themselves.
Yeah, that's awful. I'm not. Oh my.
No, I got hung up in I blew 2 tires on my car, and I was out on a rig in West Texas, an oil rig. And when I went back into town to check on my car, it wasn't ready. So it's attached to this bar, this little place. So I go to the bar to see if there's somebody, because there's always somebody from the rig in one of the bars close to it. And these guys were there getting shit-faced. I was like, okay, I had 2 beers. They got cases in the truck. I was like, I'll drive back. Guys, no need to get that fucked up.
Man.
They got speed mountains like this big out on a 19-mile rig road because it's dirt and they don't want you throwing up all that dust through the livestock and out there too. And I get back to the rig. I give the guy the keys, the tool pushing keys.
Yeah.
And I go back to my office, go to sleep. My tools are on the ground. I'm not even working, but I'm paid for a 24-hour period. When this guy gets up and gets his keys back, he's still drunk as a son-bitch and kills himself flying down that road. He was flying down the road doing about 90, 100 miles an hour and hung his neck out the window when he flipped it.
Man.
And I sleep like a rock, so they're thinking I'm drunk as hell when I get this call, waking me up. Hey, Raleigh's calling you, man. You need to wake up, man. They've been trying to call you. What's wrong with you? You drunk? I was like, no, I sleep like a rock. I get up. He's like, get up, go out there and talk to the safety man, all right? Click. I go out there and find out this guy died, and this bitch says, I wish you could see what this man's family is going through. And I'm like, what? And he gets up and he walks out the fucking room.
Yeah, people need to have more empathy.
I get up and the lead directional driller goes, look, if you don't get up and tell that son bitch something, I ain't vouching for you. And I was already out the room. And I go out there, the company man's already vouched for me.
Yeah.
And I stick my hand to that fucking company man's, the safety man's window. I say, how the fuck dare you? I made sure that son bitch got back to his house.
Yeah.
And it was somebody else that, in fact, after I made sure I gave the keys to him, said, yeah, I went to bed.
Yeah.
And yeah, you gave him the keys. Now he's dead. Why am I to blame? I'm going to lose my fucking job today. And I did.
And so with that happening, is that the main catalyst as to what made you, become homeless out here?
Absolutely.
What was life like prior?
That was back in 2000.
What was life like prior to you being out here homeless? Do you have kids, family who care about you and stuff?
This was about 2008, 2009,
Yeah.
2011 area, and yeah, I was making about 250 grand in the oil field a year as a directional drilling, MWD, LWD. Ran
Wow,
gamma logging
that's
and did
good.
directional guidance. My stepdad, David Herger, was the one that got me that job. I was
Yeah.
actually formerly a mud logger. I did lithology and geology on site, gas chromatograph analysis, and a lot of things. And my dad calls me up and says, "Hey, you want to make some more money, boy?" It's like, who doesn't? He goes, "Get your ass to Houston and go check in on Raleigh." I said, "Well, I'm fixing to spud in right now." He said, "I don't give a shit, boy. You want to make some more money?" I was like,
Yeah, let's go, huh?
Why not?" And I doubled what I was making.
So good, man.
I mean, but it was hard on the fam and everything. It's like I said, I was out on a rig, and I wanted her to come see me. She didn't come see me, so I went to the bar and I fucked up a chick. Oops.
that happens. Yeah.
And when I
that's
got
sad.
fired, she was moving my shit out whenever I got home. So we were trying to work it out whenever I had sex with a chick. Now she's trying to move the hell out when I lose my job. Ain't that some shit? I mean, at the very first sign of anything, these bitches disappeared.
Yeah,
And then
it's
wanted
a
money from me
weakness.
too.
Yeah.
And then disappeared on that too.
I think it's a weakness on both ends, you know. You obviously feel that you weren't right about sleeping around, right? I mean, and like she wasn't
I
right
do
about
feel bad
staying
cheating on her
strong,
and
you
stuff,
know.
but then I paid for an abortion. I'm pretty sure it wasn't mine.
Okay, yeah.
I had,
so there you
I had
go.
the decency to have this guy actually come in and say, "Yeah, I was fucking her too." And then two of my friends were started fucking her. So I'm just like, fuck her too. I just want to know where my kid is and raise my child. So that $600, $700 a month for child support.
Yeah.
Run a little while, we're gonna have another one on board fixing to come. So we're trying to find her now. I'm paying child support. I'm like, I can't fucking afford this shit. So I said the hell with it, and I cash in my 401k, my retirement to get a lawyer.
Okay.
And here she come running. My girlfriend calls her finally. He says, "Oh, he's got a lawyer." She's at my house the next fucking day, bawling, crying.
Yeah.
And then we get into court. Two wrongs don't make a right. Well, then why didn't you tell me where she was when you were sending her the fucking money?
Yeah.
Which she was supposed to be in the contiguous counties, not in Fort Worth. I was down in Waller.
Yeah, that's
So they dropped my child support from about 600 to 580.
good.
And I'm now back to mud logging and still, making good bank. I lose my old trailer when we get a new place and moving my ex, and now we got another baby on the way. And tragedy strikes again. Her daughter is with her ex-husband, and the babysitter leaves them alone, multiple kids in a swimming pool. And my
man.
girlfriend's dog
Please don't
drowned.
tell me. Oh, no.
Baby girl spent
Man.
20 minutes on the bottom of the fucking pool, and I tell you what, whenever the MRI came back, and I seen it, I said, "Baby, she gone. There's nothing you can do."
Yeah, I'm sorry for that, brother.
Yeah, and some disrespectful fool, cousin of her ex-husband's, I had to up in his ass on the table for sticking his sticky feet up on the table in the ER room. And who the fuck is this? I said, "Who the fuck are you?" Escort this motherfucker out. Thank you, security.
Yeah, that's awful.
And it's one of the hardest things to do, and I lied to that woman.
Yeah.
I told the first one the truth, and I lied to the second one. How do you tell a woman everything's gonna be okay?
Yeah.
She just lost her daughter. And I
That's
tell you
heavy,
what,
buddy.
her ex-husband says, "Look, I don't care what they say, Jeff. Them kids love you like you're your dad." I said, "Yeah, this is my girlfriend. That's our kids. It's a package deal, dude."
How it works.
That's how it works. But then shit's going south, I lose my job because it's just going down. And I get a job working at, an electrical company, and gets back to court and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, well, you took a job that voluntarily pays you less."
Don't tell me.
Yeah, I mean, you're stuck paying what you pay. And she bounced again.
Yeah.
I finally got a hold of her stuff when
yeah.
we were living in my Uncle Terry's house in Willis, Texas, and everything. And we were trying to make things work. It was just harder to find work. We were starting into that recession back in 2011,
It
2012.
was crazy back then.
So I hooked up with a Carnival, and I'm sorry to say, Jackie Moore, I apologize, but I had to feed my girl.
Yeah.
I mean, I needed some work, and I'm sorry I stole from you too. that wasn't a very juggalo thing for me to do.
Juggalo. What is a juggalo?
He certainly doesn't steal from his family.
Very true.
Alright?
You know,
Jack
but when
Moore
you're
was
doing,
a carnival guy.
yeah, when you're doing, you know, illicit substances, not saying that you are, I'm just saying when people are.
Oh yeah, when I was on carnival, we get high.
Yeah, okay, so under the influence, you tend to, you know, do things like that. And it don't mean that you're a bad person. It just means at that time, you know, you're going through something. It's trial, you know, trial and tribulations.
Yeah,
Everyone has them,
I
man.
had some problems. I couldn't get some work, and I needed to feed a baby. And then, yeah.
At the end of the day, you did what
When
you had to
found
do.
out about it, he told me, hey, get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
That was it. Just get the hell out of here.
And so shout out to him for just saying that when he possibly could have done
The
something
guys,
else.
the guys understood, but they didn't understand. I could have came to them instead of stealing some electrical wires from them. So here it is. We gotta fucking figure out where to go. And I call out some people. It's like, hey, want to try something different? Go. She'd never been out of Texas.
Yeah.
So let's go to Arizona.
Yeah.
See if there's something out there that we can actually get to. The mines. There's other things, and I got family out there. No surprise. Didn't even have to go to him. I go to this guy Neil. He's my friend. All right. His name's Stephen Smith now. He's tired of being called Neil Armstrong, or I don't know. He got
Armstrong
pulled out of
or
class.
whatever,
He was raised by the legislation. No, the dude was picking his nose playing PlayStation.
Yeah, that'll hold you.
Well, he invited us in because he was my friend, and we were there during the Christmas of 2012, and laying in the living room with my girl, and I look up, I hear this crackling, and the portable heater next to my baby is on fire.
Oh, wow.
And I scream, fire! And I go over there, and the first thing I do, me and my girl are at it, boom, on the move. I grab the sheet, the nylon sheet that he has got, and I start slamming it on the fucking fire. And it's plastic, I'm slamming it on it. My girl jumps over my back and grabs the girl and dips up.
That's a hero of mine, yeah.
They're so slow. We got the fire out, baby out, and they come out and they're like, and then Neil grabs the fucking fire extinguisher after the flames are on and goes, I was like, you're a fucking moron. And I've got second degree burns with plastic all up my arms.
Yeah.
My daughter was fine.
Well, that's the point.
And we finally ended up, you know, we were going to move out, and we went up, got some trailer, this, that, and the other. We're trying to make it work. She got a job. I got some, you know, menial jobs, and we were fixing to lose a trailer we were renting, so I bought a RV and moved in with this guy named Big John Lubinsky. I don't know if y'all are familiar with that name. It's BJ the DJ.
Not familiar.
KJZZ.
Sounds familiar. Yeah,
It does sound familiar. Like, it's the only thing I can think of when Metro's got my back and I see him blasting all over the side of their track. Alright? And he put me to work. He actually let me put this piece of crap RV and put in sewer, put in a new electrical system, and work for his gigs.
Yeah,
Neil actually gave me
yeah.
that. You know, he hooked me up with, you know, just set it up. It's like $80, and my girl was working at McDonald's. And she started getting into drugs again, so we died. I was smoking a lot of weed and drinking a lot, and she was getting high. I mean, she'd done it for a while. She wanted to introduce me to meth. We did coke down in Texas and stuff, just like that. I dabbled with it, but never any anymore. But, you know, when it got to be, like...
Too much?
No, it wasn't too much. I mean, it's just she was hiding it. She's doing it work with people.
That's always a problem.
And I couldn't see why she was bitching at me, because she had to work, pull her weight when there was a recession and all the mines and everything were doing so great. And I was still working. I was working around the house. I had to keep the thing up, and yeah, I knew all kinds of people in town. And I ended up going to the bar one night after she left me, and was singing a song. And this guy named Gary Banta, and his brother's got a one-hit wonder. His name is Barry Banta.
Yeah.
They ran a scrapyard down there.
Okay.
And they come around the corner and they see me. I don't even know him. And he goes, "Hey, you." I was like, "What's up? You want a job?"
Well, that's good.
Yeah, off my singing. This guy come and said, "Hey, you want a job?" Sure.
Yes, you do.
I'm sure Miss Barges down there in Shamrock vouched for me too. So yeah, he's a good guy. A lot of people probably did too.
Yeah, see,
Before
there
that
you
time,
go,
where I was dirtbagging my friends too. Well, she left me. Right? She and I had a little falling out, so I bought another trailer,
Yeah.
and it's right over it. And she found out that I was having sex with other people. I said, okay, we're over. She's fucking other people too. And
Should have been a mutual agreement.
yeah, it was. We were separated,
Yeah, okay.
and I don't think it was gonna come back too.
Yeah.
It was trying to, but you know,
Yeah.
so whatever. It was a mutual thing. It's that I was sleeping, she was sleeping. Once again, the people told me. And so she moves out of the trailer down into Neil's house. I didn't even know this really. And so I'm and I'm supposed to have my daughter. I started dating this nurse.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm sorry to that one. But she was doing something janky to me too. But
Man.
well, no, I was supposed to have her. Everything was going good in the beginning with me and this girl Maria. And I tell you what, I was supposed to have my daughter for Easter. She never showed up. And I called this dude Neil. I said, "Hey, what's that?" Oh, I kicked that bitch in the curb. I said, "What? You kicked my fucking daughter out of the fucking streets, dude? What the fuck's wrong with you?" Oh, she wouldn't put out. I was like, "You got no fucking chance, dude. She's way out of your fucking league." Yeah. And I said, "I'll be right now." I fucking walked down and this dude answers with a little mini 25. Pointed at me. I was like, "You fucking bitch."
Yeah.
Where'd she go? I don't know. Where'd she go? I don't know. I was like, what the fuck? Vanished like a fart in the wind. That was back in 2000.
Man, that's awful. Your story is so captivating, man.
Don't worry.
I got a few more questions for you, man. If we can wrap this up, I gotta ask, how do you feel about the new law, man? You know, no urban camping.
The reason why I'm out here, dog.
Oh yeah, well keep. Let me know. Yeah, that's what I want to know. Why?
Things were going down south. I actually started smoking a lot more drugs. I was more depressed, and my mom calls me up, says after 2 days after my daughter's birthday, knowing full well she'd been gone, says, "What did your daughter want for your birthday?" I said, "I don't want to talk to you anymore. You should know that she's gone. I haven't seen her. I don't know where she's at." I said, "Fuck this. I'm done." I said, "What?" I said, "Are you even my mom?" I mean, these things are popping up in my head and they're making me go crazy because they can't even answer me that yes or no now.
Yeah.
Well, the woman that I was with, Marina, this nurse, yeah, she was doing something janky. She goes, "I don't want him to go with them guys. Those guys are drug dealers." She's talking about a motorcycle club. No surprise. And I'm like, what's going on here? She's trying to leave me here. She's going to Florida, leading me on, and she doesn't want to leave me with these guys. Where were they trying to take me then? I don't know. And I went to my buddy's house.
Yeah.
And I fucked him over because I was deep in drugs and dumb.
Man, that's awful, buddy.
I can't do anything about that, but I tell you what, Derek, Rush, I'm sorry. You're the only one that cared when that bitch was sitting there smoking a cigarette when they tried to blow me up.
Yeah, that's awful, man.
He's the only one that came out there from Globe to Bandy Heights to see the big ass fire and see that I was alive. And well,
it's awful, man. Yeah, my battery's over here about ready to
come
die.
back for round 2 then.
Yeah, I'm gonna let me.
I shattered my pelvis in a motorcycle accident.
Man, this was one of the most captivating interviews I've done, man.
I
want to thank you for this little part 1. We'll definitely do a part 2.
And then scabbing and all that stuff that they're doing too. Yeah, times 10 because they
It's horrible, right?
It's not that bad. It's not that bad, all right?
I just want to thank you and let you know you're an amazing person. And if you ever do choose to get off these streets, I know
I'm trying right now. I got a
man.
job waiting on me in Houston.
Yeah, that's why I say I know you can do it, man. You haven't been completely engulfed in being out here.
Oh, I got very comfortable. I'm engulfed in here. It's just I don't want to do it the way they're doing it.
Exactly.
There's got to be a way that we can set up some sort of corporation, and I can just help these guys clean up the station.
Yep. Yes, sir. Well,
stop being petty.
Yeah, before this battery runs out, we'll get a part 2 next time I see you. Have a good one, and thank you so much.
Thank you. God bless.